In this video, I'm going to prepare you for the upcoming Polkadot Parachain auction that is set to go live on November 11th. We've been waiting over a year and a half for this, and the moment is finally here. So in this video, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to set up your GS wallet. I'm going to show you where to put your dots, how to save your seed phrases, and all of that good stuff. Because trust me, you don't want to miss this one. It's literally once in a lifetime opportunity. So without further ado, let's go bank that coin.
If you actually want to change things, then it's no good fighting, right? That doesn't lead to anything. In fact, the way to change things is to create something new that obsoletes the existing order. It's to create something new that obsoletes the existing order. It's to create something new that obsoletes the existing order.
It's the crypto lifestyle, baby! Welcome back to yet another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Francis, and on this channel we emphasize the importance of crypto mass adoption, decentralization, and other Bitcoin related stuff that could bank us coins. So if you want to learn more, do that by subscribing and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss anything. And speaking of not missing anything, bro, if you miss this, man, shame on you, because you've been sleeping on this money over here, okay? There's only going to be one ever Polkadot Parachain, and it appears that on November 11th, this is going to go live. All right, guys? So enough of that chit-chattering. Let's get right to it. A lot of you guys are asking me, how do I even participate? What do I do? You know, we're all familiar with MetaMask and, you know, how to use Ethereum network and all of that kind of stuff. Well, let me show you guys. Let me take your hand and walk you through this step by step. So the first thing you're going to need is something called a Polkadot.js extension wallet. And you could get that at the Chrome web store over here. So you come on over to chrome.google.com /web store, and then you want to search for this. And this is how the logo looks like, right? Just like you see my MetaMask in the top right-hand corner here, the same is true for the Polkadot.js wallet. It's going to appear right here. So once we found that, make sure it's the correct one as well. This one has 25 stars and over 200,000 users, okay? I'm sure, unfortunately, they could be bad actors trying to make fake apps posing as Polkadot.js wallet. So this is how you could differentiate the two, all right? So once you found the correct one, you want to head on over to Add to Brave browser. Now, this also works in Chrome, and I'm pretty sure it works in Firefox as well. But for, you know, the tutorial and harm reduction purposes of this video, I'm going to be using Brave. And what do I mean by harm reduction? Well, I think a lot of people are sending dots in the wrong place, right? So if it's not in the right wallet and the crowd loan comes about on November 11th, guess what? You're going to miss out, okay? So that's what I mean by harm reduction. All right, so let's head on over to Add to Brave, okay? And then I'm going to click Add Extension. That should populate just like that. As you can see right there, Polkadot.js wallet has been added to Brave. Use the extension by clicking on the icon. All right, so I'm going to come on over to the puzzle, and I'm going to use that as the pinned. Okay, so pinned the extension so I could see it visually, always at the top right there. I'm going to click this, and this is how it comes down, guys. You know, it's very similar to how you set up your MetaMask wallet when you first did that, okay? So, again, what you're about to see here is something you should never, ever share with anybody. I'm just going to show my seed phrase just because I want you guys to, you know, just have a visual on how everything looks like, all right? Never, ever show this to anybody. My wife doesn't even have my seed phrase, so that's how, you know, how secure I am and private I am with my stuff. Don't save this online either, but we're going to get into all of that. So, yes, I understand. Okay, you currently do not have any accounts. Create your first account. We're going to click this button right here. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is your seed phrase. Again, this is not a wallet I'm going to be using. This is only for the purposes of this video. All right. So they say pen, duck, remove, leave, age, tube, try, reward, shove, tide, lab, and knee. If you ever were to lose your account, say one day you wake up and for whatever reason, you know, Polkadot.js wallet isn't showing in your, you know, in your taskbar over here, or say something happened to your computer and it got destroyed or lost. Once you have this, you could always recover your wallet, which is going to have your assets, your digital assets, okay? I'm sure most of us are aware of this, okay? So make sure you write this down offline with a pen and a paper. Well, not this paper, but you know what I mean. But a pen and paper offline. Have at least 2 copies readily available offline. It's unfortunate hackers are very successful these days, and they are compromising wallets like this because a lot of you guys are leaving this information online, okay? So do not do that, all right? So once you save that, you want to go, I have saved my seed phrase safely. You want to name it, let's call it test, right? So just call it test. Oh, shoot, that's a password, sorry. No, name your account is the first box right here, the second box, okay? We're actually gonna use, let's back up for a second. Network, since we're going for the Polkadot Parachain, I'm just gonna label this Polkadot Relay Chain, okay? Because that's what I'm gonna differentiate it by. I have a few accounts. For me, I know this one is for the Polkadot crowd loan, okay? And, you know, it's important to note, we're gonna make about, you know, depending on how many parachains you're going for. If it's 5, make 5 separate accounts. If it's 4, make 4 separate accounts. And you guys are gonna see what I mean. So for password, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Obviously, you're gonna want to have a password that's far more secure than this. I'm just dinking around. Yeah, for the purposes of this video. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. We are in business, ladies and gentlemen. That indeed is my Polkadot address. For the most part, Polkadot addresses begins with a 1. All right, but we're not done yet. So now we're going to head on over to this website over here, guys. All right, so this is polkadot.gs.org/apps. Over here is where you're going to pretty much send your dots, and the extension wallet and this portal, the Polkadot portal website, communicate with each other. Okay, guys. So right now I'm in the Polkadot portal. So you want to come to the top left-hand area of your screen and see that drop-down menu, and make sure that you know, they got a bunch of different selections over here that you can make options. You're going for the Polkadot Parachain. So the first one right here, Polkadot and Parachains. Click. Well, it doesn't really matter which one you use. I use Parity. It just depends which one is busy. So let me just show you guys exactly how this would work first. So let's just say that how you weren't already on the Polkadot section. All right. It's going to take some time to actually connect. See that? This comes up asking to allow application access. Of course you want to, else you cannot proceed further. Okay, cool. There we go. So if you're in another section like this, I'm, for example, in Kusama, you want to click that drop-down menu, that little arrow, and then this menu is going to populate. Then you want to choose the first one, Polkadot Parachains. Click that. All right. Then click Polkadot. I use Parity, and then you want to click the switch button at the top. All right. We're going to teleport to the Polkadot network. That's the beautiful thing about interoperability. Okay, guys. Cross-chain, real cross-chain blockchains. This is what it's all about. Really cool stuff. Okay. As you can see, it already detected the wallet address we just created in the Polkadot JS wallet extension. Okay. So that's cool. Okay. So that means you are, you know, you're doing the right things. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys that's very, very important here. So right here is where you're going to be sending your Polkadots, right? So let's say, for example, you wanted to participate in Akala. You did your Polkadot JS wallet. You set that up. You came on over here. You see that it's synchronized. Okay, cool. You are in business, right? So what is left? Well, this is what's left. So now it's important, before we forget, is to come back over here, guys. I apologize. And you want to export accounts. Okay? Export account. What is that going to do? That's going to give you something called a JSON file. And you could also recover your account with your JSON file. So let's just show you how that works. Put in my password. And as you can see right here at the bottom, this file populates, okay? Now listen carefully. With this file, I do not recommend you save this file on your computer, because today, unfortunately, hackers are very sophisticated and advanced. There's something called remote computer hacking or some shit like that, where a guy in, say, China could remotely control your computer, right? Could remotely control your computer. So if he keylogs you, he has your password for your JS wallet. Now he has your JS file because he can remotely control your computer if this is saved on your desktop. Once he has that, all of your hard-earned Parachain tokens are now his, okay? So what I would recommend is, at least what I do is, I'm going to have at least 3 different USB sticks. I'm going to put this JS file on each and every one of those sticks, USB sticks. So now it's saved offline. If something happens to the first USB stick, I lose it or it's broke, well, hey, I got 2 more. If a second one, it's broke or lost, I got 1 more. And if the third one is broke or lost, then I don't know, I'm just an unlucky idiot. So that's what I recommend. It's far more safer than you keeping this on your computer, because that is not the most secure way of going about things. All right, cool. So now let's say you wanted to partake in the actual Akala crowd loan, which I highly recommend you do. To me, that's going to be fire. Well, let's just say you're going to partake in another fire crowd loan, which is Astar Network. I highly recommend you do, but not advice. That's just what I'm doing. Okay. You're going to use this address, guys. So we're going to go like this. Click the logo, and this should copy your address. As you can see, address copied, okay? Cool. And what you want to do is you want to send your dots to this, address. So you're going to see your balance populated, right? So let me just show you guys right here on the webpage. That is my address right there, as you can see, right? 13, D, PD, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to send how much dots. So say you wanted to contribute 1,000 dots, 500, 100, send it to that address right here. If you want to be safe, it's your first time using it, send 1 dot just to test it. Once you see that balance has reflected, send the entire balance and keep it locked, keep it loaded over there for further instructions. Now, it's also important to note, if you use someone's Akala link, or if you already have one, you could use your own, you could refer yourself, and you're going to get 10% more of these Parachain tokens, okay? If you don't have one, you can use someone else's on the internet. Maybe, if you like this video and you like me, you can use mine. If you don't like how I sound and how I make these facial expressions and use my hands to talk and you want to use someone else's, you can do that too and get 10% more Parachain tokens, okay? But I highly recommend you definitely use someone's link or your own link to get 10% more of these valuable chains, okay? Once again, for Moonbeam, Americans, Canadians, and people from China and other countries aren't allowed. That process is a little bit different in terms of preparation for the upcoming crowd loan. You're going to have to pay a fee, a very small fee, but you must have at least 1 dot in there to pre-register, along with, I think it's like 0.00413 something dots. So just send 2 dots, pre-register, and follow the steps. If you go to Moonbeam's Telegram chat, they'll explain that to you. And if you're interested in Astar Network, it's a very similar process. So in conclusion, get your Polkadot.js wallet, make sure it's the right one, save your seed phrase offline, export your JSON file on 3 USB sticks. If you want to save it on your desktop, it's up to you, but I can't go to bed every night knowing it's on my desktop. That's just me personally. Okay, once that's there, you come on over to the JS portal. You confirm that you are in the Polkadot section of that portal right here, as I showed you. And then you want to make sure that your address populates. That's the same as the one inside your JS wallet. You click this logo, you get your address, wherever your dots is, you send to this address. Keep it locked, keep it loaded there for November 11th. So you know what? There ain't really much left to say other than until my next Polkadot video, you're on your own, man. Later.